Hello everybody and welcome back to Certified Collectibles. This is another episode of First Appearance of the Week. This is Wednesday, January 7th, 2026. We'll be giving you all the first appearance in your comic shops today. And this week we got a pretty good lineup for you guys. I think we have 3 first appearances and 2 honorable mentions, so 5 titles all to go through. There's definitely some books there you guys should pick up for your collection. So let's go ahead and get started for the first appearance of the week beginning January 9th, 2026. First up from DC Comics, Absolute Batman Arc M number 1. This features the first appearance of Deathstroke in full. There was a photographed cameo in Absolute Batman number 9. Also, this features the origin of Arc M, the Arkham of the Absolute Universe. Now, this Absolute Batman universe, I've been saying this since the very beginning of this series. Anytime they introduce a new character, the absolute version of an existing character, any kind of origin story, these are books you definitely want to pick up and have in your collection. If you guys picked up the Absolute Batman number 1 when I first highlighted it for $5, CGC 9.8 today sells for about $500, and even the recent Absolute Batman Annual, that book is already selling for $250 in CGC 9.8. That book just came out a few months ago. I mean, you're talking about a 5,000% gain in just a few months. And like I said, if you picked up Absolute Batman number 1 back when I first highlighted it, when it first came out, CGC 9.8, $500, that's a 10,000% gain. So like I said, anytime there's a first appearance of a new character in this Absolute Batman universe, these are books you definitely want to pick up and have in your collection. This series just seems to keep getting stronger. Collectors really love this series. This has been a big win for DC Comics, so they're going to keep churning out spin-offs for this series, and these spin-offs are doing incredibly well. So this one I definitely think you guys should pick up for your collection. Go ahead and grab this one. Next up from DC Comics, Batman number 5. This features the first appearance of Lady Deathman, aka Ojo, an assassin. Now, anytime they introduce a new character into the Batman universe, you want to pay special attention when they bring that character into the Batman standalone title series or the Detective Comics series. Those are the 2 tentpole series for the standard Batman universe, so anytime they bring a new character into those titles, that means they may have special plans for that character, bring that character across other storylines or the story arcs of the title series, bring that character to a small screen, big screen project. So anytime they introduce a new character into those 2 specific title series, then those are books you definitely want to pay attention to. This Lady Deathman, this character is being introduced into this Batman standalone, so this one here is probably worth picking up. It is going to be a little more speculative, because like I always remind you guys, DC doesn't have the same cinematic power that Marvel Disney has, so they can't bring a lot of these new characters to the screen, get a lot more fan interest in them. So they really have to rely on word of mouth, good storytelling, and social media to really spread the buzz about new characters and get people excited about them. So they are going to be a little more speculative than some of the first appearances in the Marvel titles. But this one here, like I said, it is being introduced into the Batman standalone series. Maybe worth picking up for your collection. For $3 or $4, probably worth a spec. Grab this here for a spec if you can. And finally from Marvel Comics, Fantastic Four number 7. This features the possible first team appearance of the Junior Fantastic Four. Now, like I always tell you guys, it's typically worth picking up the first appearance of new characters and new teams in the Marvel titles. This one here, though, features the possible first team appearance of this Junior Fantastic Four. This is not a confirmed first full appearance, so you definitely want to get confirmation that this here is indeed the first full appearance of this team before you pick this up. If it's not, probably won't go anywhere. But if it is, maybe worth having in your collection. I don't know how important the Junior Fantastic Four is going to be for the overall Marvel Universe, but, like I always say, typically worth picking up the first appearance of new characters in the Marvel titles, because, Marvel Disney, they bring this Junior Fantastic Four team to the screen. If fans love it, they will definitely race back to the comic to try to find the first appearance. Like I said, this here is a possible first appearance, so make sure you get confirmation first. If it is, then this is one you probably want to pick up for your collection. So grab this here for a spec if you can. And now for the honorable mentions. From Whatnot Massive, Axicab number 1. In a crumbling city where blood runs cheaper than gas, a brooding cabbie with a taxi death machine cruises the streets deploying his own brand of justice and leaving carnage in his wake. Equal parts grindhouse horror and surrealistic noir, Axicab launches readers into a nightmarish urban sprawl where every ride might be your last. Created by television producer Philip Nelson, Axicab is a bold, bloody debut that dares to go off-meter. Now, the only reason we put this on the list is because this here was created by television producer Philip Nelson, which definitely gives it a high potential to be option for a small screen, big screen project. Anytime a television producer or a movie producer or a celebrity create a comic, these are books you definitely want to keep your eye on. These are books you definitely want to pick up for a spec. They already have their foot in the door to Hollywood, so for them to get their story into the hands of a studio producer that can actually option their title for a small screen, big screen project is going to be a lot easier than just a regular comic book writer. So these titles are definitely books you want to keep your eye on. This one here, in my opinion, has great option potential. Grab this here for a spec if you can. And finally from DC Comics, Vertigo 2026 Preview. Vertigo is back, and it's nothing you've seen before. DC's game-changing and genre-defying Vertigo imprint makes its long-awaited return in February of 2026 with this 40-page promotional comic, which includes previews of The Nice House by the Sea #7, Bleeding Hearts #1, End of Life #1, and The Pearl of the Brutal Dark and Ezra Chain Mystery. Now, we typically don't put promotional previews on the list, but if you actually look back at previous Vertigo previews, they actually do pretty well in the secondary market. All of them trade for a premium. So this one here is definitely worth picking up for a spec if you could find it. This here is a promotional copy, so it shouldn't really cost you anything. Comic book shops should give this away for free. So if you could find one, definitely worth adding to your collection. Like I said, previous Vertigo previews have done really well in the secondary market. If you get one graded, the grade and high grade, there's definitely going to be a little pop on them. And sometimes these promotional preview comics, they do feature the first appearance of new characters to these stories that they're previewing. And a lot of grading companies actually count these previews as the first appearance of those characters. So in my opinion, definitely worth picking up, especially if it's free. Definitely worth adding to your collection. So grab this here for a spec if you can. So there you have the 5 titles we have for you guys this week. There's definitely some books in there you guys should pick up for your collection. So please feel free to drop some comments in the comment section below. Thumbs up if you like this video. And as always, please remember to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you for joining us here at Certified Collectibles, and we'll see you again next time.